The first few sentences, first 5 in particular, 12 passionate months up to that point, 24 lines. First 5 in particular of the second canto of Savitri, the issue had direct relationship with the first canto. A while, it begins with that, the connection is there. The Simbaldawn, in that sense, one can take this as a part of it, part of the Simbaldawn. You see. This form a prefatory link to take the narrative forward. The connection between the previous canto and what is going to be the second canto, they are the connecting link. Savitri is carrying in herself the whole world. That is what we have seen earlier. The cosmic dread is also Savitri's dread. The universal mother's love too is Savitri's love. That enables Savitri to take her own calamity, to make her own calamity a poignant sword to strike at the evil that exists at the roots of life. That calamity itself has become a sharp, keen sword to strike at the evil which is present at the roots of life. Savitri was heedless, unconscious of this at the beginning. You see, for long ages, long yugas, long kalpas, Savitri was in a state of somnolence, not awake. This, you see, the very first, and Savitri too awoke among these tribes. That is how the second section begins. Awoke. She was in a state of somnolence. Savitri was heedless, she was unconscious at the beginning. Somnolent, as she lay in the lamp of Earth's original somnolence, means the consciousness had not really awoken up. She was listless, she was inert, she was oblivious of the things which were there around, oblivious of what she had come here for. She was not aware of that thing. But then a faint remembrance started moving. She started recollecting something in that somnolence. That is what is somnolence, sleep. Moving like a mute shadow, and Savitri put her hand upon her bosom. She recognized there is a long lingering ache, there is a pain in her heart. But she knew not how that pain had come, how that ache had come, why it is there at all, where from it has come. Of that she has no idea at all. That is what we are seeing, because she was in a state of somnolence. This is the sensation of the ache. There is the sensation of the ache. And she stirs, her life shares the cosmic load. The moment she stirs, suddenly the cosmic load, she is able to see that thing. The body's voiceless call, in fact, that is the most important thing. It is the body's voiceless call that summons her to her mission's work. Savitri starts traveling back in time, back to the point when began time. She is moving into the deepest past, at the beginning of time itself, to the zero moment. She must find the evil that is present at the roots of life, the forgotten past that gave rise to that evil. She sees old events in darkened rooms, because all the rooms are darkened. So now she started, that memory has awoken, she is seeing old events in the room itself. These now getting slowly lighted, memory's windows open. As the sight deepens, Savitri sees the three ancient disputants. The moment she has awoken to the age, what does she see? She sees the three ancient disputants, earth and love and doom. Earth and love and doom. They wrestling in the enormous night. They born of the inconscient. All the three are born of the inconscient. That is what we are saying. She sees them awaking to struggle and the pang divine. It is they, these three disputants. She sees the struggle. She sees their pang divine. Perhaps they were not aware of it, but Savitri sees that they are experiencing the pang divine. Savitri sees in the shadow of a flaming heart, in the heart there is a kind of a shadow there. What does she see in the shadow? The figure of high and godlike pain. In her heart there is a shadow, and in the shadow she sees godlike pain. The god of pain himself she sees there. Pain in her heart. He is staring with large, regarded. See, it is a stone statue. So the eyes are open. So he is simply staring, the eyes. Just simply looking. But they are not seeing. See. In the case of a statue, the eyes are open, the eyes are seeing the space, but they are not able to recognize what things are. Large, regardless eyes, staring into deep space. He is a stone still figure, and with the eyes that see not things, see the timeless depth of grief. See, it does not see things at all. It does not, but it sees the timeless depths of grief. Those eyes see not things, but they see the timeless depths of grief, where from that grief has come. Dim the depth of grief, but does not see the goal of life. That pain sees only grief, but not the goal, the aim of life. He is carrying his official assignment. That is what he is doing, Swami. He afflicted by his own harsh divinity. There, daily, he waits for Savitri's unwept tears, but she remains unappeased. But he remains unappeased. She is offering, because he is a god of pain, God. So she is making an offering to him, but he is not satisfied at all. He is not. Why does he not satisfied? What more does he want? That god of pain. What does he want? What more? Savitri makes daily oblations of her unwept tears, but this god of pain is not satisfied. But he is not satisfied because Savitri has to find an answer to man's fierce question. Savitri has to discover the answer to man's fierce question. Unless Savitri discovers the answer to man's fierce question, he does not remain satisfied. So, Savitri has, in other words, the appeasement of the God, the satisfaction of the God will come when Savitri finds the answer to man's fierce question. What is the fierce question? Life for this mortal inescapably accompanied by death. What is the fierce question? Life for this mortal, for man, is accomplished by death in a very inescapable. Death is bound to be there always. For God of pain, his harsh divinity, demand an answer to it. Savitri has to find it. That is what she is reviewing all the while. Savitri lay for too long in somnolence. You see, how many yugas have gone? How many avatars have gone? Kalpas have gone. See, eons, the entire history of evolution behind it, starting from the zero, that is there. Savitri lay for too long. She was not, see, Mother says, no, since the beginning of the earth, whenever and wherever there was a possibility of manifestation, I was there. Whenever there was a period of long somnolence, so to say, there. In fact, Savitri lay too long in somnolence, but now she has to begin again the continuing sacrifice earth offers to immortal ecstasy. Earth is constantly offering her sacrifice to earth. This sacrifice has to begin again. That sacrifice has to be begin with Savitri. Savitri must do it. She must do it and see that the high and godlike pain is satisfied. In other words, with the help of the sacrifice, Savitri is going to find the answer to man's fierce question. With the sacrifice, Savitri is going to find the answer to man's fierce question. In fact, the sacrifice has begun now directly beneath the eternal hand. This new sacrifice, the eternal hand himself is present there. It is in it there is the fullest certainty of the sacrifice succeeding. Obviously, because it is under the eternal hand, the sacrifice is bound to be a success, obviously. bearing the desired fruit. Savitri had sacrificed her heavenly pomp and glory and richness. See, she is a royal princess in the heavens, divine goddess. She has sacrificed that and she has come here, her royalty and majesty, and taken the mortal birth. But that splendid sacrifice seems to go in vain. The immortal has become mortal. That is the sacrifice for sacrifice. But that sacrifice doesn't seem to bear the desired fruit. Therefore, the sacrifice has to begin again. Another kind of a sacrifice in the mortal conditions. You see, she must make now another sacrifice in the mortal world. That is the important thing. She must make sacrifice in the mortal world. Lit the yajna fire in the darkness of the night. She must make her life an altar. She must make herself the sacrifice. The sacrifice is to the God of pain, who is actually the God of bliss himself in the dimnesses of the inconscient world. See, he has taken that form. Nothing happens without a sacrifice. If that question has to be answered, it cannot be answered unless you perform sacrifice. That is the power of the Vedic sacrifice. Nothing happens without the sacrifice, without yajna, without the yajna. But here the yajna directly under the eternal hand itself, Savitri, in the mortal world. But where is the sacrifice going to be performed? Yes, Savitri has to sacrifice. Where? At what place? The fire, yajna fire. Where is it going to be set ablaze? At the destined place and at the destined moment. Well, in the story, this has to happen at the destined place in the Shalva woods where Satyavan and Savitri met together. At the destined moment, the known which was fixed long ago at the beginning of time itself. Savitri is looking at the green, smiling, dangerous world. She is seeing all around the thing. She is hearing the ignorant cry of living things, and the trivial sound. The long awaited noon is now here. Savitri gathers force within. At that moment, Savitri gathers force within. In her soul, the warrior goddess has taken her possession. She is now seated in the soul of Savitri, the warrior goddess. The divine Savitri herself is now seated in the soul of Savitri, you see. The warrior goddess, well, you may call her Durga if you like, but she is the warrior goddess. This is all on the day Satyavan is to die. All that things is recollecting. And therefore Savitri is recollecting all that things. While the sentence is there, you see.